In a terrifying turn of events, the Menendez brothers are back in the spotlight as their aunt reveals disturbing new information. The aunt of Eric and Lyle Menendez, Joan Anderson Vandermolen, just shared some disturbing details about the infamous murders of the Menendez parents, citing newly discovered evidence and portraying the extent of emotional trauma the boys had to go through. In a recent interview, 92-year-old Vandermolen revealed that both boys had been serially molested by their father, Jose Menendez, implying it was the repeated action that made the boys to spark and kill their parents. The whole world was not ready to believe that the boys could be raped, Joan Vandermolen said in an interview. The old woman, who had been the sister of the boys' mom, Kitty Menendez, revealed that her daughter had witnessed Lyle being abused by his father and had tried and failed to report it to their mother, Kitty. Apparently, the mother had allegedly refused to believe the claims and even allowed the abuse to continue. The boy's aunt claimed that she had witnessed strange behaviors in Eric, such as always eating his food with lemons, which spoke volumes on the abuse he endured. Vandermolen, in her interview, went on to call for their sentences to be reconsidered, stating that no jury would ever issue such a harsh sentence without taking the boys' trauma into account. At the time of their trial, 21-year-old Joseph Lyle Menendez and 18-year-old Eric Galen Menendez had been labeled by prosecutors as spoiled, rich kids who wanted to run away with their parents' million-dollar fortune and so gunned them down in their Beverly Hills home. The duo, who had argued they had been sexually abused, were found guilty of the murders after 7 years and 3 trials and were sentenced to life in prison without parole. However, the brothers, once the scorn of public society, began to receive support in the wake of the release of the controversial Netflix docudrama series about them titled Monsters: The Lyle and Eric Menendez Story. The docu-series sparked renewed attention for the case, and people are beginning to look at the sentencing with fresh eyes after 28 years. Lyle, in a court hearing, also corroborated the reports that his mother had been aware of the abuse. The older of the Menendez brothers, who claimed that his father had stopped sexually abusing him at age 8, revealed that for his young brother, it never stopped. Lyle disclosed that Eric had confided in him about the continual abuse, and when he went to confront their mum about it, she indicated that she knew about the abuse all along. Lyle confessed that he believed his parents were going to kill them to keep the family secret safe, so he and his brother decided to take action first, stating it was a fight-or-flight panic mode. Along with the various witnesses' testimony and people calling for a resentencing, new pieces of evidence supporting the Menendez claim that they had been sexually abused are now popping up. A letter written by Eric to one of his cousins, Andy Cano, 8 months before the brothers committed the crime, showed that Eric was still being sexually molested, as he claimed. According to Menendez's attorney, Cliff Gardner, the letter talked about a Christmas party in 1988 and how Eric was trying to avoid his dad. "I've been trying to avoid Dad. It's still happening, Andy, but it's worse for me now. Every night I stay up thinking he might come in," Eric wrote in his letter. The letter also revealed that Eric hadn't confided in Lyle, as Lyle had said, all the while he was being abused. More evidence surfaced. However, another piece of evidence that caught the public's eye was one that corroborated the boys' story that their father was a serial sexual abuser. A man named Roy Rosello has alleged that he was sexually abused by Jose Menendez, and although investigations into the claim are still ongoing, the accusation was still enough to spark the public's demand for justice for the Menendez brothers. A formal initiative, Justice for Eric and Lyle, has just been launched by the family in response to the public's demand for a resentencing or their immediate release. Celebrities like Kim Kardashian and Rosie O'Donnell have also lent their voices to the demand for a resentencing hearing. A court hearing has been scheduled. Hopefully we'll expect a positive outcome.